No, that's nostalgia. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Sales and Trails. My name's Nick. Thanks for joining me on my flipping adventure. Today is another sales video. This one's going to really outlay why it's important to have really good customer service, as well as the potential for repeat buying and bundling. Bundling is quite important when you want to actually shift stock, a bit more rotation, and you're able to get more in as soon as you get more out the door. When it comes to repeat buying, it's really important to have really good customer service, a good rapport when it comes to buyers. You never know if they're going to come around and buy more items, and this is showcased actually in this video, so I hope you enjoy. Okay guys, to start off with the Vinted Sales. I've got one so far, nothing too special. Well, the shirt is special, but not much profit in it for me. It's a Wales jersey. It's an Isuzu, I think that's how you pronounce it anyway, Under Armour jersey. No name on the back. It has been worn fairly significantly, as you can see. It's quite faded in there. However, this is a size XL. I would have worn it, but it's just a bit too tight for me. It's too skin tight, but as you can see, it's sort of got some cracking on the actual logo there. But no, really good quality shirt for the price. That was £4.50, I paid £3 for it. So £1.50 profit. Nice, easy, slow start to the week, but money's money, and we're shifting gear. That's the best thing. Well, it's picked up. So we've got a couple more Vinted items sold. I did 2 bundles here, and the first one is some lovely little plushes. So we've got the Mojang Minecraft plushes here. We have a sort of a, what do you call it now, a beanie sort of one of the pig. It's 2014 Mojang. There we go on there. Lovely old one there. And then we have another 2014. It's not oh, there's a little bit of beanie on the back. Mojang again, the sheep. Picked these up both 50p each in a car boot, sold them for £3. So not much in it for me, but a lovely little gift for someone to give away, really. This, well, £3 really, £2 profit in it for me. Easy sale really when it comes to that, quite easy to bundle up as well. I did have a clothes bundle, and I know clothes are not exactly the most fun thing to do, but they do make profit. So these items, 2 of them were given to me by Dom. Like I said, I'm coming to the end of those ones now, and one of them I picked up from a local charity shop. I think it was like in a 3 for 2 bundle, so I'll call this like a £2 bundle in total. But we have, which was in one of the shorts, the Nike Burger King, or I think it was Burger King style, yeah, Nike sort of burger style hoodie in white. All this is extra large, so as you can see, that's the decal on the front. But yeah, it's got a little tear on the hood on the bottom there. I've tried it on; it was a bit too tight for me, and white doesn't really suit me either. So that was part 1 of it, and then we got the items from Dom then as well. So we have a Gymshark shirt, nothing crazy, just a little where's the logo on this one now? There should be a logo. There it is, just a little logo up in the top, but there, grey, extra large. And then to finish off as well, then we have a burgundy, this is a Under Armour jumper. So all those together, I've done them for a tenner. So £3.33 an item there. Happy days, £8 profit in it for me. But then we go on to the next sales then, which are the eBay ones. So eBay's been going really well actually. Yes, it's sort of midweek now. We've got a fair few sales there, especially when it comes to lighters. But we'll start off with, I like to call them a handsome box. Don't know why, I just thought it was quite charming, you know. So I've done it as a handsome handmade backgammon box. So you can see it's a nice little wooded, handmade. It's got like brass sort of hinges and whatnot onto it. But when you open it up, if you look at that there, so it's got all the counters in there. It's got the black and the white counters, or I'd say wood counters. Got 3 dice in there as well. But yeah, lovely little item there. I'll take that out there. So you see it's got little felt in there as well. Really, really nice handmade sub item there. So picked this up in a car boot for £1 whole British pound. and it sold for, I think it was £12 in total. Yeah, £12. Sorry, I have to double check, the camera's in the way, but yeah, lovely little buy, great profit in it. Get us out to the customer straight away. We have some other sort of style items. There's a couple of clothing ones when it comes to eBay. Like I said, I do more specific items when it comes to it. Instead of putting on Vinted for cheap, I usually go for eBay. But I had another order from a Neil Sadler. This is a Ted Baker suit carrier. So basically a travel carrier for a suit. Simple enough, easy enough. He said he's got a couple of them. I picked this up for £3 in a local charity shop and sold it for £13.50. So £10 profit in it for me. The next item I would have bought for myself, but I'm not a huge keen person when it comes to coats. I will buy a coat ready for like proper winter walking, but this one just wasn't my cup of tea exactly. Fantastic item, however, nonetheless. But it is a vintage Guinness coat. So it's fleece lined inside. As you can see, it's a 3XL. Yep, 3XL on there. Fleece lined. All the zips are there. It's got toggles underneath as well, just to make sure it's wind tight. Picked it up for £1, I think it was, in Gatley Gear car boot. You know when you have those desks, tables with loads of different varieties of items on there. They go, right, that's £2, that's £1. On the floor you got your like couple of quid for like your shoes and whatnot. And this one just caught my eye. I was like, oh, Guinness, you know. It was the perfect item, I thought, for a good resell. Thought I'd get like a tenner for it or something like that, but I actually sold it for £22. So happy days on that. The zip's a bit tight. I'll sort that out later. But yeah, fantastic on that. Then we have one more item before I go into the main sort of category of items sold. So we have a teak, again remote, from the Cwmbran trails. When we went over, picked up a bunch of stuff for like £14. I say they're about £1 each, all the items. I've made my money back on 2 of the remotes as it is, but this one is damaged, so I had to put it down as damaged. It would be like 3 times as expensive if I would have sold it, and if it was working. But as you can see, it has corrosion damage inside the port, so it's actually lost the connectors on this side, and that one's heavily damaged on that one. Spoke to the customer about it. He said, look, I take the gamble on it because usually you can just rig up these connectors and it should work. You're just hoping there's no other damage inside the actual remote. Couldn't think of the word then. But yeah, this is for an RC725 control unit for a mini disc player. If you see items like these, they are worth picking up. If they're £1 or £2, you know, they can sell for quite a lot of money. So worth keeping an eye out for those. Right, we had a fantastic bulk buy of my lighters. 7 in total, 1 buyer. I'm not very good when it comes to describing these lighters, so you're going to have to bear with me on these ones. Some of them, multiple different ages. They're like 50s, 60s, 70s. No super modern ones, so you're looking probably latest as 80s on these. I don't really tend to delve too far into them. I just like that. If I like the look of the lighter, I tend to pick it up. And if it's in a bulk, so say I'm picking up like 5 or 6 lighters and they cost, say, £10 or £8 to £10, £12, whatever, I'll just buy them and have a look at the prices later on, really. So sometimes it's a bit of a gamble. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but usually lighters sell no matter what, even if it's like £5 plus. But we'll start off with the first one of the lighters which was bought, and it's a Japanese gas Brother Light? Yeah, Brother Light. On the bottom there, Brother Light. Has some superficial damage when it comes to the leather going around the outside, as you can see by there. It's not too special. I will say it does actually spark. Quite hard to do that, mind. So all these lighters should really have a service. The Win, which one of them, actually does work. But yeah, this was £8 plus postage. Next one up, then we have the star of the show, and it is a John Sterling Colibri lighter. As you can see, it's gold. It's got a nice pattern into it. Beautiful sort of insides on it. You see it's John Sterling on the inside of the top. Picked this up, like I said, for £2. Sold it for $39.99. The customer originally wanted that Brother Light. Saw this one, was like, I couldn't resist. I wanted that one. I agree. Fantastic looking lighter. But for me, fantastic profit as well. I've got quite a lot of older ones then. we'll go to one of the newest ones, actually, to be fair. I should say old, but I do pick up a couple new, and it's a sunflower made in China. Pretty sure it's like 70s or maybe 80s on this one. It's fairly newish, but there's no patterning to it really. It's got a little bit of sort of engravement in it, but not crazy amounts of detail. Doesn't spark, but like I said, all these need a service, especially one of them that's going to be coming up now. So we got the Win lighter next. It comes with a red leather pouch, and this is part of the original bundle I bought up ages ago. I can't even remember now. It's been 9 months or so. But this lighter actually does work, which is fantastic. It's made by Win, and it's a Mark V P560. Don't really know a lot about Win, apart from this is gold colour and it sold very well. £18.45 for this one, along with the actual little casing it's got. Next up then we have, they've done as a combo for some reason, but okay, I'll just deliver them as a combo. We've got a Kingsway lighter, which is a newer one as well. It's a Korean lighter. Not really much I can sell. This one is a chrome and brass finish. It does tick over, but there's no gas in it, and I don't think it's actually got a flint or anything in it as well. But yeah, this one sold, I think it was like £8, I think it was. Let me check. Well, £22.99 for both of them, because the second one is the rare Winston Penguin Superlative automatic lighter. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Yeah, not much I can say on this one, apart from I picked it up in that bundle. It's Japanese made, lovely little thing, Winston. I had the camel one, which was sold last week, part of that bundle, but this one actually does work on the top compared to the camel. But I said £22.99 for those two, plus the postage. And then finally, the last one, we got there in the end. This is a chrome sun engraved minute lighter from the 1960s. It does spark, as you see. Not much else I can really say about it. It doesn't really have many other bits of information on it, but as you can see on the bottom there, I don't know if you can see the light minute there, but this one's sold for £24.99. So fantastic sort of bundle in there. Not too sure how much I made in profit on that, but it's at least £100 worth of lighters sold. And we're slowly making our way to the end of the week. eBay has been on fire again. Vinted, for some reason, they had issues with payments, and they changed all the sizing. So literally, I've had nothing come through for that. I've had a few nibbles, but nobody's actually been taking a lunge at buying the items. So I think Vinted might be done actually for the week. However, we have some really good eBay sales to finish off. The lighters obviously covered the week, but we have some fantastic, can't speak today, fantastic items. And you saw at the start of the video, one of them. And that was the dancing hamsters. I've taken the batteries out of him now, but this one works. This is the Kung Fu hamster. Doesn't have the base on it, unfortunately. It's a little bit rough and ready, but still has his tag for some strange reason. I have 3 of them in total for his bundle. So I bought them for, I think it was £1 each in a car boot sale, and sold them for £25. We have the Cleopatra. Doesn't work, but has everything attached. So that one could just be opened up and maybe tweaked. And then finally we have one then, which is a boxed. So rough and ready, completely all there, but doesn't work. And then a box room, that's Barber Ben. So they all have different songs. I can't remember which songs they have, but obviously you got Kung Fu Fighting with Kung Fu. I can't remember the other two, but yeah, £3 into £25. That's a pretty good deal. So we'll continue on the theme of sort of plushes, and well, sort of related to plushes. And we have Cookie Monster from Sesame Street. It's 24 centimeters tall. Nice soft plush. It's H&M actually. It's by the Sesame Street. I did mention to the customer that it does need a little bit of a clean, and the stitching sort of coming out on the mouth. But for £4, I think I spent 50p on this one, so making a few pounds on it. Not crazy massive deal, but still nice to be able to make a couple of quid from it. But the next one then, sorry about this, I'm wearing one of the caps I bought, which has some damage on it, but it was a Hugo Boss one. It cost me like 50p, so I was going to wear it. I got a Manny. So this is Gund. I think I pronounced it Gund. Gund. And this is for the Got to Get Gund. It's a Christmas one. I've had this for like 6 months now, and I had it online for a long time. Had it for like 20 quid. I've seen them like not selling, but being roughly sort of priced at 20 quid. I actually sold it for 12 in the end. I took a lower offer from about 15. I had it up on to 12. But yeah, basically there's a whole series of manis, and this is a mani 88236. I said by Gund. Machine washables, all there, still with tags, nice easy sell. This is again another one which I've had it for a long time. Sizing is probably the issue when I bought these ones. In a car boot, £3 I remember paying for them, sold them for a tenner, and they're Les Mills running shoes in a size 5, sort of white, black, and sort of a lime green colour to them. They are Reebok, and they're fairly new, if not relatively almost brand new condition. They are obviously have been used, you can see on the soles there, but if you look on the inside here, oh yeah, you can see it on the inside there, they've still got all the lining, all the actual logo in on the inside, and this one even has the tag, the actual label inside, so you can tell they've very minimal wear on these ones. But £3 into £10, obviously after fees now, maybe 4 or 5 quid profit in it for me. I've had them 6 months as well, so these were listed up basically the first week of me doing the eBay, so I was glad to have them shift. I think I had them for 12 quid originally, so they're good to go. The final item of the day is an unusual one. The packaging is going to be a bit of an awkward one because of what it is. So these have to be signed for and specially delivered, and this one is it's not a Toledo, but it's a Toledo style sword letter opener. Like I said, I can't really speak today. This one, let's have a look on here. Yeah, so I put down to Spanish sword style letter opener novelty replica metal sword, but it is metal. It's got like sort of like nice jewels in it. Obviously they're not real jewels, but it's, you know, it's used. It was my partner's grandfather's, and yeah, as we were clearing stock, I saw it and I thought, oh, I could have this for myself, but then I don't really open letters anymore. But saw it, thought this is going to be worth a couple of quid, and didn't realise how expensive the delivery was going to be on it. The delivery alone was £11, and I only sold it for £14.95, but that was plus postage. So taking off probably a couple of quid on that because I undercharged on the postage itself. So probably made about 6 quid on this. But happy to see it go. Obviously I don't want it to fall in the wrong hands either, so it's going to be signed for by UPS. And signed for by UPS, I mean that it's going to be signed for by an adult on arrival, and it goes through the UPS system as well. Just about to go to bed, as you can see, I'm in my dressing gown, but I did have a personal sale. I'm going to drop off this item to a local lad. Clearly has great taste in games, and it's a Kingdom Hearts 2 walkthrough. I've obviously sold the game previously, and I wasn't going to buy the game just to send this out, but I picked this up in a car boot for 3 quid. Now, I don't know if you guys know much about Kingdom Hearts, but it's a fantastic franchise. The first game was amazing. The second game, to be fair, the mechanics and all that was even better. It was less blocky when it comes to the fighting. You had the double jumps and whatnot as well. I really enjoyed this game. Like, really enjoyed it. When it comes to the levels, maybe not so much. The first game had some fantastic levels and the abilities. Well, more so the characters as well. This one obviously had Tron. Really enjoyed Tron. I do like the movie as well. But this one obviously was set in a little bit of a different sort of scenario where you had Roxas in it as well instead of just Sora. But if you haven't played the games, really worth playing. Especially, you know, picking it up from the start, doing one through. I haven't played all the Game Boy games and everything like that, but even if you just played the PlayStation one, so Kingdom Hearts 1, 2 and 3, like 3 was phenomenal as well. But yeah, like I said, I picked this up for £3 and sold it for a tenner. Sad to see it go, but like I said, I don't have the game anymore, and it should be enjoyed by someone else. And there you have it, guys. That's the end of the sales for this week. We had a pretty decent week when it comes to it. We had some repeat buyers, and we had some bundles. Bundles I enjoy because even though it's low profit, it's shipping more items out the door, making a little bit more space for me to purchase more items as well. But yeah, I'm probably going to do a video on reselling why repeat buyers and bundling is really important. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you can leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe if you really enjoyed it. And I hope to see you in the next video.